Was I wrong to say no to my best friend when she asked me to be her maid of honor? My best friend Janet called me crying so hard I thought someone died, but no, her boyfriend Jim had finally proposed after 10 years. She asked me to be her maid of honor before she even finished describing the ring, and I said yes immediately. I threw myself into maid of honor duties like my sanity depended on it. I researched venues, spent weekends driving to bakeries, and dropped $400 on a dress I'd never wear again. Jess never once said thank you. She just kept adding tasks to my to-do list, like I was her personal assistant. But I didn't complain. This was my best friend's big day, and I was determined to make it perfect, even if it financially ruined me. A week before the wedding, my phone rang at midnight. I answered expecting seating chart panic, but Jess said, "I need you to pick me up now." I drove to her apartment, and the second she got in my car, she said, "The wedding's off. Drive me to Jim's place." I almost rear-ended a mailbox as I was backing out, surprised by the news. "Jess, you can't cancel a wedding a week out. We have deposits. 200 guests coming in. A chocolate fountain." Jess, a freaking chocolate fountain. I was pulling onto the main road, deciding that taking her to Jim was the best decision, when she turned to look at me. That's when I saw the tears. Jim cheated on me with my sister, my own sister. I swerved into the wrong lane and pulled over because I couldn't drive anymore. Her sister has been helping me with wedding planning. What kind of sick and twisted person does something like that? I sat there gripping the steering wheel, not wanting to get involved. But then Jess showed me the text between Jim and her sister. It spanned back months, with details I can never unread. I wanted to bleach out my eyeballs. However, something shifted inside me. I wasn't the type to seek chaos, but some things you can't ignore. Where does Jim live again? The rest of that night involved moments I can't fully admit to on the internet, but I'll say this. Jasmine Sullivan was absolutely right about what to do with a cheater's car, and Jim really needed new windows by morning. A few months passed. I thought the worst was behind us. I was so wrong. Jess came back from vacation in Mexico, engaged to a new guy she'd met on the trip, and she asked me to be her maid of honor again, because you did it so well last time. Every instinct screamed this was insane. 3 months wasn't enough time to heal, let alone get to know someone new and marry them. I'd just spent a year planning a wedding that ended with me committing vandalism, but Jess looked so hopeful, and I'm apparently incapable of saying no to people I love, so I started over. New venue, new dress, more money I didn't have. The day before the wedding, my phone rang. It was Jess, and she needed a ride. My eye twitched. Please, not again. She texted me an address, and I started driving. As I turned onto the street, something familiar tugged at me. I knew this neighborhood. I pulled up to the house Jess had sent me the address for, and my entire body convulsed. It was Jim's house, the ex-fiancé and cheater. The front door burst open, and Jess came running out. Her dress was on backwards, one heel missing, hair looking like she'd been electrocuted. She saw my car and started waving, shouting my name. She was smiling, and it hit me all at once. She'd cheated on her new guy with Jim, the same Jim who destroyed her 3 months ago. I looked at Jess and thought about the poor new guy, completely unaware his fiancé was sleeping with her ex, and I drove away, leaving Jess standing on Jim's lawn. Halfway home, guilt hit me, so I pulled over, opened Venmo, and sent her $15 with a memo for Uber. Jess called me. "Jim and I worked things out. Will you be my maid of honor?" I answered with no hesitation. "Sure." I paused. On opposite day.